Welcome to No Smoke TV. Today we have our queen, Miss T, in the building. Thank you for stopping by during Women's History Month.
Ah,
How you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Laying
good.
back, laying back.
Yeah. Yep. That's good.
So I see you grew up in Harlem. You're a Harlem girl.
Yes, indeed. All day, every day.
Got the Harlem swag, the Harlem everything.
Uh-huh.
So grew up in Harlem. You grew up both of your parents, correct?
Yep.
And
Yep.
they was raising you well and everything.
I was raised right. I just chose to do other things, but I was definitely raised right. I'm just pushing this back. Yeah, I was raised right. Both of my parents. My father was Jamaican, so it was a somewhat strict household. My mother was way more lenient. Country Southern belle. But yeah, I was good. Wanted for nothing.
So what got you into the fast life? Was it like growing up around like the street legends like Alpo and Nicky Barnes and them?
Nah, I didn't even know who Alpo was back then. And we was
Really?
kind of like the same age. So wherever he was at doing him, I was somewhere doing me. So, but my aunt worked in these bars like up on 7th Avenue where S'mores Paradise is at. So she was fly. Loved her. Beautiful. Light skinned Becky with the good hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I loved her. So and she would have certain clothes. So I'm 14, 15. I could wear her shirts like silk or polyester tops with my pants to school. So I dressed a little different. And I don't know, I say it every time I have an interview, but to me, Harlem was like the stage. And at some age, I was like, yo, I want to be on it. You know what I'm saying? I seen the hustlers, people getting money. And, my uncles was getting money. So I was like, yo, I want to do that. Because, I mean, again, I never wanted for nothing, never had hand me down clothes, never was hungry. I was good. But that influence, when you see that, it's like, I want that. I could give more, So I guess that's what it was.
That's crazy too, because you was a young woman, and not too many young
Yeah.
women have that drink that. So, what age did you start hustling?
I was like 16. 16, I started with dust. One of my uncles had some dust, and I was like, yo, let me get some of that, to go sell over 123rd. If anybody from Harlem remembers 123rd, to me, that was like the mecca of getting money. I didn't really know what I was around, but it was so crowded. I'm like, they getting money over here. So I knew something was going on and I needed to be in that. So I have a little skinny ass over there with my little Louis Vuitton bag with dynamite in it.
Oh, so that's what you first started hustling, dust,
Yeah.
and then it moved to what, like coke,
Um,
crack,
then
marijuana.
that uncle got killed. So
Got it.
I latched on to his brother. And that's when the crack era came. The crack era was coming in. So it was crack. You know, I'm trying to fix this chair. I'm sorry.
Did your parents have any idea that you was doing that? Because you said you was getting it from your uncles.
None. None. They my cousins, but it's so crazy that when you're a certain age, people seem so much older than you. It's like they uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like the aunt that I love, she was actually my first cousin, but she was a little older, so she's always gonna be Aunt Mert. But yeah, they were my cousins. My mother and them, my mother worked a lot. My father, he spent a lot of time between here and Kingston, Jamaica. So, I was able to have that time to just run amok. So, that's what I did. But nah, they didn't have no idea until later on. My father used to be like, Miss C, Miss C, your pretty shoes and thing. So he knew I used to like the dress. So he was like, mm-hmm. He was very, observant.
But
So
that's the first thing he thought, that you was hustling, or you probably had like a boyfriend
nah,
picking
he
on
just
you.
knew that I like nice things. He never asked no questions until later on.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So as a young woman hustling, did anybody ever try you, like regarding like violence, robbing you, stuff like that?
Nah, no. I mean, the only time I did get robbed was later on,
No.
but at the beginning, like, nah, to be honest with you, I kind of like, I wasn't standing out there looking all scared and shit. So, and then, I had uncles. I always had people around me that was about that life. So,
I
yeah.
You said nothing happened till later on. So
Yeah.
I seen that you was while you were 6 months pregnant, you went through like a little situation.
Yeah. After Ace, Fritz was still here, but after Ace got locked up, my daughter's father, I took over. And his brother decided that that jealousy, man. His brother decided that he didn't like the fact that my man, it's his brother, but it's my man. And I'm built like that. He wasn't even built like that to even take over anything. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he felt the way about it and set me up and sent 3 people in my apartment, my mother's apartment, because that's where I was staying at and doing business. Although I had an apartment up on Fort Washington, I had an apartment on Convent, but I was pregnant, I was kind of sick, so I stayed home, close to family. And he sent, some people up in there.
Wow, you think it was to scare you or to like get you off the streets?
Nah, they robbed me.
Oh, they robbed you for everything?
Yeah, they came. Yeah, they robbed me.
All your work, everything?
Everything. Well, you know what I didn't have? I had just sold like the last 2 keys of coke that I had to Hen Dog, God bless him. And but I had money. I had like a bag of weed. I wasn't even selling weed. I just had it there because Ace had it. Jewelry. And the most important thing that worried me more than the money and everything else was a book that I had. It was a ledger of everybody I did business with, who owed me money, everything. That wasn't important to them. They probably just threw that away. But me, I'm thinking like those people could be potential, Vicks, because I got names, what they owe, numbers. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't that smart.
Did you ever get your money back for the people that owed you?
Oh hell no! I ain't see that dude. I knew he did it. I was gonna. He had to go. I told my husband, I was like, yo, he got to go. I did put something on his head. I didn't see him till 12 years later. Wow. And at that time, he was cracked up and looking crazy.
And you didn't really care no more.
Nah, I was still here. My daughter was good. She was born healthy. But at that time.
Do you tell your daughter about the situation?
My daughter knows everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know you tell every time you bless.
Oh man, listen. People don't understand, people, thought about hustling as getting money and cars and jewelry, dudes and women. But behind the scenes, there was so much going on. It was crazy. Like, these are the things that we have to worry about. Sometimes people make it look good on the outside, but behind the scenes is like, who the hell want to get, I could have had a miscarriage and lost my daughter. The envy, the jealousy is crazy.
Did you, so you never like hustled around Alpo or Nicky Barnes and them in Harlem?
Nah, well, Nicky Barnes was way before my time. He was gone. I think he was out of there when I was just coming out. I think when he got locked up, like 85. Really? So you trying to call me old?
Nah, I'm just asking. I don't know I don't know how old it literally is. See, that's way before my time. So I was catching.
Nah, I'm just fucking. And Albert, I didn't know Albert. I knew of A. I knew of Rich. Rich and one of my ex-boyfriends, Norm, was real cool. So I met Rich through him. A was right up the block. I knew his whole crew, I was talking to one of his little mans, Whitwap. Some of my girlfriends was talking to people in his crew. So of course we knew they was right up the block. So yeah. But Al, I didn't know.
Al, you knew AZ, you knew.
Yeah. I've been around Albert, but I didn't know him. Like, because we would go to Apollo. I would see him there in certain places, you know what I'm saying? But never really got acquainted with him at that time.
That's crazy because in Harlem it's so small. Harlem ain't really that big, so
not at all.
That's crazy. You never bumped into Albert or AZ in them.
Yeah, well, no, I always saw A. We always saw A in them.
Okay.
Right up the block. Al, not so much. And I wasn't that chick that wanted to know certain. Like, I just didn't give a fuck. Like, You got certain chicks, oh Al, oh AZ, oh Richard. I wasn't that type of chick. I always fucked with the underdog. A lot of the underdogs had bread.
Oh, so that's how you stayed out of trouble. But you still got into it. That's the crazy. You still got robbed.
Yeah.
Was there any other situations like that, or that was like the only one time that you really got into something?
Yeah, that, and when I got shot in '94, it didn't really have too much to do with me, kind of, sort of. They came to kill this dude named 50 off my block, and
50, was that the real 50 Cent? No.
nah, he was
Oh, okay.
named after the original 50 Cent from Brooklyn. Somebody named him after him, and then of course the rapper 50 Cent got his name from the same dude too. But yeah, he was 50 Cent.
Your thing fell.
Oh, or did it fall or go back? I'm sorry.
There you go. No, there you go.
Okay, cool.
So I take it he was like a stick-up kid for getting the name 50.
Yeah. Definitely about that life. He was somebody who, you always got that one dude that's gonna hold a block down. That was 50 for us. Thorough.
Got you. So he got his name from the original 50 Cent.
The original 50 Cent that got killed back in the 80s or early 90s, something like that. Yeah.
So that's the reason why you got shot. You got caught in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah. The crazy thing is, I knew the dudes because a guy that I dealt with, that was some of his crew there. But my daughter's godfather was the boss of the crew. So I'm like, for them to be talking to 50, I just knew it wasn't right. And I was about to go uptown, but I said, let me catch a cab, go tell, my daughter godfather, Leon. And Leon is Charlie Clip's father. Rapper Charlie Clips, battle rapper.
Yeah, so I know.
Before I could get in the cab, the shots rang out and I saw 50 running towards me. And I'm like, damn, And the look on his face, man, I'll never forget the look on his face was like, they got me, because he always had his gun on him. Always. He was just one of those you ain't gonna catch out there like that. And he came running towards me. And one of the shooters, I yelled his name out, like, yo, what the f you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I turned to 50 was getting closer to me. So I turned around and ran and fell on the ground. I know I got shot. I didn't feel it, but I knew it because it threw me down,
Oh, you just automatically dropped?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I knew. It's crazy. I didn't feel it, but I knew I got hit. And I'm telling my little cousin, yo, I got hit. But she like, that's it. I said, let me get the fuck up out of here. And then 50 came and fell in front of me. And the only thing that ran through my head was, I've been in the streets, and I've seen bodies under white sheets too many times, And I just was like, that can't be me. I'd rather die in a hospital. I can't have my mother come downstairs or come home and I'm still down here on this ground. And then I'm like, I got a baby upstairs. Her daddy doing 23 years. Shit was just crazy. So I was like, man, I gotta save myself. So I got up and jumped in the cab and went to Harlem Hospital.
Wow. Cab picked you up while you were shot?
Yeah, he was a little nervous because he was wondering what the hell was going on. Because we like, yo, go. Dude from my block, John, got in the cab with me. And he like, go. The cab like, what's wrong? I'm like, go. They tell, we telling him to go. I started to feel cold. I'm like, yo, he got to hurry up. And, they got me there and saved my life, thank God, because had I waited, my lungs was filling up. So I had to get a chest tube. I would have smothered to death right there on the ground. But,
thank God you got out of there. Did 50 make it?
Nah, he died right next to me. They pulled him in. I saw them bust his chest open, try to massage his heart. And I'm looking. It was crazy.
I know you still I know you still vision it to this day.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you said you was married.
Yeah, I got married later. Like, I call my daughter father my husband, but we was just together. We were never married. I got married to a boyfriend that I had back in '87 before him. We got a long history. And I got married like in the 2000s, like 10, 11 years ago.
So your daughter's father, he was a big time hustler?
Him and Fritz were partners. I don't know if you know who Fritz.
Yeah, I know.
Fritz introduced me to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they used to live together.
Is he still locked up?
Nah, he got deported. He's in Barbados. He's chilling. He's doing good.
Y'all keep it in contact? Y'all cool?
Always. I'm gonna always make sure he good. Always.
And I'm thinking your new husband's different from your old husband. Or they
Mm,
still the same?
nah. I mean, they different, but my husband came from that life. Now he's my ex-husband now, but we still cool too. We tight, we do business together and everything. But he's about that life. He actually did like 24 years and 6 months. Yeah, he went in early. He went in before I even got with my daughter's father. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It
always
takes a
with
strong man to deal with you because you're a strong woman. So
yeah. But they one thing they know, I'm loyal, I'm about my business, and they could trust me. So, you know.
so with all this happening in your life, I see a switch happen. And
Mhm,
you went to college, got 2 degrees.
I'm working
What
on my third right now, but yeah.
check you out. What what made that switch? Was it all the everything that was happening at the same time?
No, it's just that that part of my life had been over. I had moved to Atlanta, then ended up moving back to New York when my daughter graduated and went to college. So, with her going for her 4-year degree, I was like, you know what? I need to do that too. Because I already had my associates. I just went back for my BA and I did that. It was just like, let me just accomplish something. And right now what I'm doing, I'm working on my legacy. People don't think about that. Sometimes people die and you got a paper full of fluff of what you did. You gotta fill that dash up from your born date to the date you go on. Like, what did you do? So every day, everything I do it has to do with me working on my legacy. You know?
And I see you got books going out here. You got the Netflix special.
Yeah, it came out. It was a documentary that came out 2021. It was real dope because it was about the crack era of the 80s and 90s. And I did it, but once I watched it back, it's like, damn, they fucked us up. Like the government fucked us up because of course they are the ones who put it here. Like that freeway, the real freeway, Ricky Ross, like his story is real about the Nicaragua and all them bringing the drugs in here and us trading guns for drugs and them intentionally putting it in our communities. That shit is real. And when I did that documentary and I look back at it, I said, damn. Like it made me cry because I was like, yo, I was complicit in spreading this shit. But at the time, a lot of us didn't understand what we were doing. Some people did it because they had to feed their families. They had nothing. I did it because I wanted money and I was greedy and just being a part of that whole street life. But the devastation that it caused is crazy because now, like these wild ass kids out here, I honestly think that this is the third generation of that crack era. Hopefully it fucking fizzles out because they done lost their goddamn mind out here, But
Now it's opioids and stuff like
that
that.
crack was different. That crack was worse than heroin, cocaine. I seen heroin addicts take care of themselves, fly, smell good, all they chains on their neck, pushing the baby. That crack had you selling babies, selling everything. That crack had people doing all kind of shit. You had those that were addicted to the crack, and then you had those of us that was addicted to the money. Everybody was addicted because that crack money was crazy.
How
Never
much
seen
you
that.
if you don't mind me asking, how much you would make like a day off crack?
Um, a day, shit, you could make tens of thousands of dollars a day, a week. Come on, let me tell you something. You know what? And I still don't understand where the fuck they was getting the money from to buy it. But I know they was selling everything, selling themselves, selling everything. But you couldn't chop quick enough and bag it up and bottle it up the way they was coming. It was insane. Never seen nothing like it before,
But I'm pretty sure they had like warehouses where they had people working and doing that stuff.
Yeah. Some people did, and then we had a girl downtown, and her whole crew. I used to chop up, but then I stopped, and my uncle had a girl in her house, but it was bananas the way they was buying it and where they was finding the money to get it. It was crazy. They was selling everything. It was crazy.
And you
I
never
mean,
at the
it's sad.
moment you wasn't feeling bad because you was getting that money.
Right. You was like, because you like coke done came, heroin done came, dust, weed. It was just like another drug. But then you saw like, yo, they doing something different for this shit. Like they can't get enough of it. Like once they finish with that, they back. I heard that high is just something like because they say you'll never get that first high back. So it made them feel a certain way and they keep chasing that first high that they're never going to feel again because it made them feel that one way that one time. You can't get that back. And that's what I heard they were chasing that first high. It's sad.
And you said
And that
$10,000 a day. You was blinded by the money. I
some
get
people
it.
was probably getting way more than that. Oh, more than, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure my uncle was getting way more. I was just working with him, making a lot of money. And I'm like, yo,
And
that crap was crazy. That's all I can say.
and you never got like wrapped up with the police or anything like that.
Never. I've been under investigation because I was with men that were under investigation and they wanted to pick me up and question me about shit. you know.
That's it. That's a blessing right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why you're still here. You got a story to tell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always say, after I did my documentary, I think it's like 2 point something views on InfoMind's channel, 2.7. And I think like 400 on mine because I ended up putting on my YouTube channel. But I say that, if God put me through all of that for me to just give a message, if he chose me as that vessel to just spread some kind of word, then it was all worth it. I don't have no regrets, to be honest with you. I really don't. Everything was a learning lesson. And obviously, my story, my books and everything, I have I think like 80% of my audience are men. And I have men like, yo, queen, salute. Like I could never like go through, like I think I've been through shit that a lot of dudes couldn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Without folding or breaking down or damn near losing it. I had a parent reach out to me and was like, yo, I make my son watch your documentary as a deterrent. He's like, I gotta get my daughter, make her sit down and watch it. If it was all worth it, if I can save some kid or some,
And that's why it's hard to get because you grew up with two parents at home, a loving family. Like it's so crazy how you became so tough skinned. Like it's like you're the total but you be turned into that person with your kids, I bet.
It's like, I've always been like that because my father was a Jamaican. He don't play. We was raised like you be tough, you be a leader, you special. Like my father used to tell us, y'all royalty. Me and my sister like, what daddy talking about? Like what? Like, I get that, I'm American, I got that little Jamaican. So it's like, I always had that,
Tough skin.
Yeah, I always had that tough skin, So yeah.
But I see after everything you did to the community, you brought back to the community right now.
Yeah, I definitely try to do my part. I worked with wayward youth in group homes and stuff like that. That was great. Some of them that was like 15, 16, 17, they now in their 40s. We still like this. Some of them, what I'm saying? I go out with them, hang out. I see them at parties or we'll meet up, or they'll, what's up, T? They still my babies, but they grown now. I've worked with veterans, homeless veterans, which I have a problem with because homeless and veterans shouldn't even be in the same sentence.
Exactly.
That's just
the country should be taking care of them. They should be automatically be on Section 8, food stamps, everything.
They should come out getting everything.
Yeah.
So I've worked with homeless veterans, still do. Last year I gave out scholarships because nursing is a passion of mine. So I gave up scholarships. I don't have no organization. I took that money out of my own bank account to those that was in nursing programs or some type of medical program and lawyers. I want more Black doctors and lawyers. You know what I'm saying? So I think I had 2 students at the University of Virginia. I had one at FAMU. Yeah, so I do my part. You know what I'm saying? I try. I try to do my part,
And I respect that too, because a lot of people they take, but they ain't give. So
Yeah, yeah, and I hate to see that. People, oh, I'm getting money, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, who you helped with that money? Because a lot of us, we all know where some of our money came from. The money that I give didn't come from that. But if I was blessed to still have some money, even if it's a little bit, who you helped with that? You know what I'm saying? All that partying, popping bottles, and all that bullshit. I don't understand a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own.
basically, and I see recently you was God bless his rest in peace. You linked up with Alpo, AZ, a couple people in Harlem. I seen like a little video y'all together.
Yeah, me and Al became real cool back in a OG was like, yo, you need to meet him. And he put us on the phone together and we was just cool ever since. That was like 2018. And me, him, and A and my partner, we was about to do something so epic. We was gonna shut shit down. I got a picture, I never posted it. It's in my next book, it'll be out in June. So yeah, it was going to be so epic. They have not really sat down and talked like that, ever. And what we was gonna do has never been seen. It wouldn't have never been seen. These two together just talking. It was gonna be epic.
Was it like a movie?
It was gonna be a documentary, which me and my partner still working on, and then we got a scripted project that we're working on too. We in the process of shopping some stuff. So yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about everybody's perspective towards Alpo? Because everybody has a certain perspective on him, and how do you feel about that?
You know what makes me laugh? Those people that's talking shit but ain't talking when he was around. He was outside. We was outside. Every weekend on Lenox Avenue, he was not hard to find. But you got people getting on some of these podcasts talking mad shit and they look stupid. I don't understand
it. It could be for clicks. Everybody talks shit for clicks.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I mean, hey.
You didn't feel no way about it though?
I don't care because they look stupid doing it. How some people feel is how they feel, I don't give a fuck.
No sad.
He never did.
So let's talk about your book, Harlem Heroine.
Let's talk about it. This is what started it all. This is crazy. This is what started it all. And yeah, man, I didn't write a book for the purpose of making money, doing a movie. I was hurting. My little brother got killed, man, and I never felt pain like that in my life. Like in my life, I thought I was out of here. I was losing it. And I was like, I gotta get this. Then when I realized, okay, let me write this book, I realized that I went through so much in my life. I was like, damn, I really do got a story to tell. I got a whole bunch of shit to tell way before, Maine got killed. So yeah, I wrote this and it just blew up. And that's how I got on Netflix and American Gangster Trap Queens and all that. Yep.
Oh, so that was basically your key to everything that you got on?
This started everything. Because I mean the Netflix people, Stanley Nelson and his people called me up. They was like, "Oh, we saw your documentary on your book." I was like, "Oh, okay." And they was like, "Wow," and that's how people be like, "God damn, girl."
And your book is about your love affair with the Harlem street life and the man who ran it?
Yeah, because I dealt with certain people that were influential in the hood, in the streets, who some people talk about, some people rap about or whatever. So yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, how does that feel? Because a lot of these rappers rap about stuff that you lived through and people you hanged around. It's like
for real. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, it's funny when I hear it. It's like, oh, okay. I get it's entertainment. It's cool for entertainment purposes, but you got some of these rappers that really be acting gangster, and it's like, you're not. Just like a movie, you got people in movies fighting and shooting. It's entertainment. Just do that. But when you really want to act like you that about that life and somebody come to test you, then it's a problem.
And, you know, they see what they see it on TV, they see it on the internet, so they, you know, people want to emulate that. So
Yeah, but you want to go home after you do that show or portray entertainers. They go when they on TV, when they say cut, it's over. You go
exactly,
home.
acting,
Y'all better learn how to cut. Go the fuck home.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
I respect. Do any rappers reach out to you to like work with you or anything?
Nah. Nah.
That's crazy because you a living like legend through what they talk about. They don't reach out to you, but they rather reach out to somebody else. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
find that crazy.
I think some people be intimidated, to be honest with you. I don't know. Or then you got some people that talk shit. I would never know who they are, you know. But I'm good.
What does 2023 hold for you?
I'm working, like I said, me and my partner, we shopping some projects. Can't wait till my book come out, Beautiful Gangster, by Albert. And that's it really. Working on
What's your
that
next
third
book? When's your next book coming out? June?
June.
What's it
Yeah.
about?
Al. Me
Al?
and Albert.
Really? That's gonna be real interesting.
Yeah. It's called Beautiful Gangster.
You gotta definitely look out for that. And I see you have another book too. It's called Snitching. Snitching.
Yeah, snitching. The streets are fair game, but the game has never been fair, and that's a fact. Okay, you know what? Let's talk about that. I'm sick of these niggas out here with this snitching shit. It's a business between the government and whoever want to tell. The government affords this opportunity. Now, I don't condone it, nor do I denounce it. I don't give a fuck. But it's a business. It's a if you give something and somebody give you something for that, that's a transaction. You know what I'm saying? But then what I don't like is you got certain people, rappers and shit, snitch, but they pick and choose what snitches they fuck with. They say they don't fuck with snitches, but they do. They do. You know, I could call some people out right now, but I'm not going to do that. I will call one person out.
Ooh.
All the fucking rappers that fuck with Desiree Perez. She was a snitch. She was an informant. Let's get it. She was on the front of the fucking Daily News.
And she worked for Rock.
You could fuck with her.
She in Rock Nation,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. My thing is, I ain't got nothing against what she did because I don't give a fuck. It ain't, affect me. But if you could fuck with her, but you want to talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine as a snitch, you's a fucking hypocrite. She took down a whole goddamn cartel or whoever. He snitched on his crew who did him dirty. He in my book too, because I have a problem with that. I feed you. You got fame off of me. Then you want to rob me, fuck my girl, and all this. And then when I do you dirty, it's a problem. I don't know. That's just the way, that's my perspective. That's the way I see things. People might not agree, and I don't give a fuck. But come on. Nicky Barnes. Let's get it. He created this empire for all of them to get money. He go to jail. Y'all fuck his wife. Y'all fuck his mistress. Y'all don't take care of him. He waited 5 years. And he hit y'all in the head. I ain't mad at that nigga. Some people might say it's wrong. Y'all fucked his wife. His mistress ain't give him no money and act like he ain't the one that created this a way for y'all to feed y'all family. Like, come on.
But they try to say that if you're in the street, you shouldn't be snitching at all.
Oh yeah? Who wrote that book?
That's what they say.
Who's the author of that book? All that street code bullshit is fake. It ain't no rules. There is only one thing. You hear me? You listening? What's your name, baby? You said
Smoke.
There is only one thing, and it's called, there's only a level of expectation that we have that someone should do the right thing. It ain't no book. There is a level of expectation. Now, if I'm over here hustling on 134th, and nigga, you in Queens, and you just heard about me, why you telling on me? Nigga, we don't got nothing to do with each other. Nothing. Now, I might have a problem with that. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But there is no rules. There's no street codes. There is just a level of expectation that this person is going to do the right thing. And some people should. And you should. You get caught. If I'm not the reason why you got caught and you got caught because you did something stupid, nigga, do that time. Do that time.
So you think Tekashi 6ix9ine wasn't really, since he wasn't in the streets, he shouldn't be labeled as a snitch?
He wasn't no gangster. All that was a gimmick. They knew that kid was a gang. This gang brought this dude into their crew for clickbait, for street fame, for Instagram fame. And then when shit got rough for him, because he probably not really built like that. But then again, y'all was out there doing this nigga dirty. What do you expect? What was he supposed to do? Just eat that? I'm confused. Well, I mean, what do you expect for somebody to do?
And he stood on it when he came out too. He was telling everybody, yeah, he snitched. And that's the thing about it. A lot of these people snitch. You don't know, and you don't find out to the paperwork.
Let me tell you something. All snitches ain't on paper. Let's be clear. Theron is snitching. If you be like, let me tell you something. I knew a couple of cops. I knew them from back in the 90s when I used to be running the streets and when I got shot and shit. They didn't really like snitches. They was like, we don't like when niggas come in here and tell, but it just helps us. It does. You know? And one cop said some dudes got him on speed dial. They just tell when somebody else doing something to keep them off their ass, or just because they hate a nigga. They want a nigga to get off the block. Like, it's crazy. You will never know who told and who didn't. You just wouldn't. I'm not going to say what it is, but my ex-husband hit me the other day. He showed me something. I went to his store. Let me tell you something. This snitcher shit has hit a whole nother plateau. That's all I'm going to say. It's like, it's a whole program. But I just say all that to say. And he got it. No, let me just say that he got it because somebody sent it to him. And he was so disgusted. He almost, I mean, I could see in his face, he was like disgusted that this shit even exists. You would never know who's snitching. Dudes is out here, y'all dapping niggas up who tell all day, every day. You will never know who it is sometimes. You just won't. I'm going to say this. When dudes get out of jail and you be like, he should never get out, that paperwork be doctored to make it like technicalities. This program that I'm talking about has to do with that. It's crazy. And I just found this out 2 weeks ago. He showed it to me. It's a whole thing going on out here. All I would tell people to do, fly right. You got to do the right thing. Because, and I always say, some of us, we hard, we think we about that life until that time comes. Just like Albert. Albert said the death penalty, the fuck is that? I don't want to do that. And he fucking told. Now, me and him had a conversation about why he told on Wayne Perry. That'll be in the book. He felt some type of way about something, that made him feel like, you know what? He could have been next.
Really? People don't understand why he snitched on Wayne Perry. That's gonna be in your book.
That's another thing. People always talking and don't even know the full story about nothing. They just get a little bit of information and they just run with it, which is crazy. Like, my thing with my community, Black community, Black and brown community, that's all y'all got to talk about. Like, y'all ain't got nothing else. Like, your vocabulary is not strong enough to talk about anything else but snitching. If I had a man and all the fuck he talk about is a nigga snitching, I'm slapping the shit out of him and like, shut the fuck up. Like, I better never hear you in no conversation like that because you ain't got nothing else to talk about. It's crazy. That's what you teach your kids? Like, it's nothing else?
That's all they talking about now. If you look in the media, that's all they talk about. They talk about people's paperwork.
That's crazy.
They actually put out a list of the salaries these informants get paid yearly. It's crazy, like $86,000 a year.
I don't know what, but they do get taken care of. Alvin broke that down to me too. Oh, they do get taken care of. I mean, sometimes some niggas get more money snitching than they made on the street.
And it's crazy what you said earlier. There's no paperwork either.
And at the end of the day, it's a business. They gave you something, now they're gonna take care of you. That's a business.
And nothing documented, no paperwork, nothing. Nobody could look it up.
Nobody could look that up as far as what you get. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think. But yeah, it's listen. Only thing that I can say is stay the fuck out of trouble and know who. Keep your circle very small. So if something happens, you already know where it came from. I know somebody who has, not just somebody, I know a few people who has under the radar, been out here for years, 20, 30 years without any police contact, doing their thing because they chill. Everybody, they don't, they're not trying to be seen. They don't have no Instagram, no social media. They just do their thing. And they quiet about it. And if they get hemmed up, they know where it came from. But you got some people that want to be seen and heard all day. I don't know why.
That's the world we live in right now. Everybody want to be a celebrity, popular. They want the clicks, likes, all that. So yeah, that's what gets all these rappers locked up and everything. Every day I see a rapper's getting locked up. Paperwork is getting shown that he snitched. That's all is being shown right now to the media.
Yeah, social media has destroyed our community, whether you are a celebrity or not. I said, I wish they cut it off for 2 weeks. People might go kill themselves. Because it's like, who are you without this? I was always Miss T. My father named me that. I got old pictures. There was no social media. I was always fly. I always like to dress and do me because I did it for me. Now with social media, y'all want to do it for everybody else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's sad. Grown ass men and women, that's sad. It's sad to me.
That's the world we live in today.
Yeah.
But everybody, she got a book coming out in June.
Yeah. And y'all go pick these up. And catch me on the gram as long as I've been getting hacked like crazy, so I gotta keep praying. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all go add her grandma because she got hacked. She got
3 times.
Back that up.
God damn.
How the hell you get? How did people hack you? They hate on you?
The first time they hacked me, I paid to get it back. The second time, they took it, they deleted everything. So that's when I knew they didn't want no money. They just wanted the followers and they just wanted to keep it. The third time, this thing just disappeared. I don't know. Now they got the social media got this 2-step security thing now. You gotta jump on that. No, I had that when they took the last one. Yes.
Wow.
They just switched it. I didn't press no links. The first time I hit a link and they was able to take it. The second time there was no link. I just woke up and it was gone. And I looked myself up from my other phone and I saw it. Then my daughter was like, yo, Ma, they erased all your pictures. They deleted everything. That's when I knew I wasn't getting it back. I was like, motherfuckers.
There gotta be somebody that knows you, because they gotta know your information for them to hack your shit.
Yeah, but I don't get that information. I can't even remember my shit now. If I was to lose, real talk, I need to figure it out and write it down. But yeah, nah, I don't know.
Well, thank you for stopping by the show, Miss T.
Okay.
Looking fly as could be.
It's a long time coming, right?
Yeah, we've been working on it for a while. I'm like, she's like, I got you. I really do appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
You got some documentaries coming out. I love your story.
Thank you.
She's a real life legend, as you can see. Not nothing fake about her.
Yeah.
All real. Y'all go pick up her books. She got a book.
Pick up that book. Catch me on BET Plus, American Gangster Trap Queen, Season 3, Episode 5. Netflix documentary, crack, cocaine, corruption. And that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And she got an online boutique too.
Oh yeah, Vanitique.net. Vanitique.net. And I'm at Harlem Heroine, one word. Heroine with an E at the end for heroin. But yeah.
She's hustling the right way now, so y'all go support that.
Yeah, the product is different.
Product is definitely different. It's still potent, but it's different.
Right.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
stopping by, Queen.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
You
Keep in
too.
touch. I'm definitely gonna get I want a signed copy of that book.
Got you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take
Love.
care, baby.